Hi gorgeous! When you're doing your makeup, sometimes it looks a little bit off and you don't understand why. So today I want to share with you the 5 most common makeup mistakes to avoid and also how you can fix them. This way you're gonna be able to achieve flawless makeup application and feel prettier and also more confident with yourself. Before going to makeup school, I used to do a lot of these makeup mistakes, so been there, done that. This video is not about shaming anyone. It is just to show you how you can improve your makeup techniques, look better and feel better. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. I'm posting videos every week and let's get started. Headband on. On my right side, I'm gonna show you the correct makeup application and on the left one, the makeup mistake. And one of the most common makeup mistakes is the wrong shade of the foundation. Some people are matching their shade with the color on their back of the hand, or even not matching at all, just pick a color and whatever it is. The back of our hand is usually more tanned because we don't apply any SPF on it. Also, it is more exposed than the rest of our body or face and neck. I'm gonna be using today this face palette by Makeup Forever. I'm going to take this shade here that is a lot darker for me. I'm taking a darker shade now so you can see the difference between the two sides. If you use a darker foundation, it's gonna look muddy on your face, and if it is a lighter shade, it's gonna be ghostly and also you're gonna look sick, like you lost your color. A lot of people are matching their shade on the neck, but a lot of times we have redness on the neck or even on the décolletage. And also if you're using SPF on your neck and face, that means your neck is also not the color that you have on the rest of the body. And we can see here how darker it is. I'm using also some on my neck, even though it's not the correct shade. So you always need to blend all of the products on the neck, and this way you're not gonna look like you have a face mask. Also, sometimes products oxidize and they get darker, and it is always better to swatch the product in the store, maybe on a white tissue, and then go under natural lighting and see which color is the best for you. A lot of times in stores the lighting is yellow, so it's very easy to buy a darker foundation or not the correct undertone for you. I'm taking now this shade here, and I'm going to show you how you can correct match with your body. I'm applying it on the back of my hand. I'm taking some, and it is better to color match on your shoulders. This area is usually what you have all over your body. Let's see this color. It is exactly what I have here. Another way to swatch the foundation and find your shade is to ask for samples, especially if you are in a store with high-end foundations. You can ask for a sample of the product, 2 or 3 shades, so you can use them under natural lighting at home. We can see this shade is much more natural on me, and also the rest of the face products are gonna look better. Color matching is not easy, especially with the names of the product. Sometimes a brand can name a foundation cool beige and it is a warmer foundation. We also need to think about the undertone of the foundation. I zoomed in a little bit my camera so you can see me. Now you might be thinking about the undertone. What is this undertone? We have 3 types of undertones: neutral, cool and warm. And a very easy way to find your undertone is to see the colors of the veins that you have here on the back of your hand. If you have blue purple veins, that means you have a cooler undertone. If your veins are green, you have a warmer. And if you have a mix of blue, purple and green, that means you have a neutral undertone. I have neutral undertone and I can get away with yellowy foundations, but if I use a pink based foundation, that means a cool undertone, it's gonna look grayish on me. And if you have a cool undertone and you use a yellow based foundation, the product is gonna look very yellow on you. In case that you have a warmer undertone and you use a neutral or a cool toned foundation, it's gonna look ashy on you. So the undertones are crucial to have a natural makeup application. Now, what happens if you end up with a darker foundation or a lighter? So if you have a darker foundation like what I have now, you can take a lighter concealer and highlight the face. So you're going to apply this on the eyes, underneath the cheekbone and the chin, and basically you're not going to cover the three here that we have, so it can look like you have a bronzer or a contouring shade on the face. If you have applied a lighter shade of foundation on you, you're going to do the opposite, so you will find a darker shade of concealer and you're going to create the three, so you can bronze up your complexion and you can make it darker. I'm going to apply some concealer now, and about the shade of your concealer, you can use one shade lighter than your foundation, so it's very important to find the correct shade of foundation. I'm also going to highlight a little bit the smile lines and the forehead. I'm also going to apply this on the wrong side, so you can see how you can lighten up this side. And now with my sponge, I'm blending the concealer. I'm using a wet sponge. It's not easy to blend your products if you use a dry sponge. And we can see now that I have applied the concealer on this side, that it lightens up my skin and it doesn't look so muddy as before. I'm also gonna use some on this area like I said before, and you instantly have elevated cheekbones this way. Now it looks a lot more natural. It is more yellowy than it suits my own skin tone and undertone, but it is definitely better than before. So it's very crucial to find the correct foundation shade for you, because based on that you're gonna find your concealer shade, your contouring shade, your blushes. And that brings us to the next very common makeup mistake, and it is all about contouring placement. So for some reason there is a very popular makeup hack about contouring that doesn't look nice on any bone structure. I'm going to take exactly the same shade for both of the sides with a synthetic brush. I'm going to show you this very popular contouring hack, and we're starting the contouring placement from the top of our ear going towards our lips, the outer corner. So we're doing the fishy face to find this corner, like this. I'm taking my contouring shade and basically I'm applying all of the product underneath the cheekbone. That changes the proportions of the face. And now it's time for blending. I will try to keep it exactly where I have placed it, but it's not easy because it is very down. So this line here can bring all of the face features down, and it creates a very unnatural bone structure. Even though the product blended so nicely, it looks very bad. The foundation is covering all of the natural shadows of our face, and with contouring we want to bring them back and give dimension. So the most natural way to contour our face is to feel our own bone structure with our fingers. This is where mine is. I'm starting again on the top of my ear, but this time I'm gonna go on top of my cheekbone, and I'm going to stop exactly at the right corner of my eye. This way we're gonna have area here to apply our blush and also blend them together. And we can see now that we didn't make this area shorter or this area. It is better balanced. I'm blending again with my sponge here. And this time, even if I go a little above the line or below, it still looks very natural. And it looks like I haven't done anything. So wrong side, right side, we have a difference. Without proper contouring, your makeup can look flat or unflattering, and we don't want that. I'm going to add also on the perimeter of my face, so near my hairline, and I'm doing the same on the left side as well. I'm applying some on the jawline, exactly where the jawline is, and I'm also connecting all of the lines to make it look more natural. And let's blend now and see the difference between the two sides. We can see immediately this side looks so more balanced, natural. It flatters my bone structure. And because on this area we have contoured downwards, my cheek here is gonna look super small. Even though I have used exactly the same contouring shade, on this side the foundation was warmer, and that's why the contouring also looks warmer. And about the undertones for your contouring shade, for cool undertones it is better to use a cool contouring shade. Oh my god, it's so difficult to say. If you have a warmer undertone, you need a warmer contouring shade, otherwise it's gonna look ashy. And if you have a neutral undertone like me, you can use both. You can use a warmer contouring shade to bronze your skin, or you can use a cool tone to contour your face. I'm hoping it's not very confusing. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm going to reply back, maybe also do another video. And now let's move on to another very common makeup mistake. I see this a lot in makeup videos or in person, and that is not setting your cream products. The foundation, the concealer. Cream products can warm up because of your own temperature or even because of the weather, the humidity. Our skin also produces its natural oils, and these oils can break down your foundation. About the eyes, when you don't set the concealer, there is a very big possibility that your mascara is going to smudge underneath your eyes because your concealer is wet here, and the lashes are going to touch the under eye area every time that you're blinking, so all the time. Also, if you use any eye pencils in the waterline, those are gonna smear in the concealer as well. When you don't set your concealer, it is going to move around all of the fine lines and it is going to intensify them. I'm going to set this area and I'm looking for any crease lines. I don't have any. That's nice. So, and I'm taking a flat powder brush and the powder, and now I'm tapping all over the face. When you set your cream products with powder, it's going to increase the longevity of your foundation. I don't need more powder. You can always check if you are still sticky with the back of your hand. And if you're not sticky, you don't need more powder. That's an extra trick. Don't forget the neck. We have foundation here as well. Very lightly, I'm looking upwards and I'm tapping the product so I can blend the crease lines on the under eye area. And now I'm taking a much smaller brush. This is a fluffy, flat eyeshadow brush. And now I'm tapping the product. I'm not trying to blend it. I want to set the concealer in place. I prefer using soft brushes on the under eye area because I can see exactly how much product I have on my bristles. And now let's go on the eyelid, and I'm tapping again with my brush all over the eyelid, the inner corner. I'm going also upwards on the brow bone, and this is gonna create a very smooth base to blend your eyeshadows on your eyes. With powder you can control the extra oils of your skin. Even if you have dry skin like me, you need to apply powder on your cream products. Also, let's not forget that if you don't set your foundation, there's a very big possibility that you're gonna transfer the product on your clothes or on other people's clothes. We don't want that. No one wants foundation on a white t-shirt or even your phone. You don't want that. And when you set your foundation, it's gonna be a lot easier to blend on top of it powder products. I have here this blush, and let's see how it looks on this side. It blends super easily and fast. And now let's go on the other side. I know it is very extra what I'm doing now, but a lot of people don't know that it's not easy to blend powder products on top of cream products. This area looks a lot patchier, and this is super smooth. I'm going to apply some more lip gloss to look decent. And this one is the Featuring Lifter Gloss by Maybelline. I have lip swatched all of the new shades, the Candy Drop collection. I'm going to have a link in the description box. And another makeup mistake that generated by social media is overdrawing your brows. When you have a full face of makeup, it is always better to define the brows so you can bring forward your eye shape and also your bone structure. By defining your brows, you're gonna look more awake and fresh. And I'm going to use a brow pomade today to both of my brows so you can see the difference. I'm taking an angle brush and the brow pomade. Now I'm brushing off the excess product. What I see a lot of times is a very artificial, intense and exaggerated brow shape that doesn't look natural. And now I'm applying the product all over my brow hair. I'm trying to fill them in as well. And I'm going in the inner corner as well with whatever is left on my brush. When you're using more product on your brows, it's gonna look shiny as well and very unnatural. At some point it was very trending to have overdrawn brows because it was looking nice in pictures on Instagram, but in person it is looking very unnatural. So when someone has very intense brows, you can immediately see only the brows. You don't see the rest of the face because these are so intense. Now I'm blending the product. I'm cleaning up the edges with another angle brush now. Even though I like this shape on me, it is very intense for my features and it looks like tattoo brows. So I'm taking whatever is left on my hand. I'm not gonna add more product. And on this brow, I'm going to use less product. I'm starting off with the areas that I need to fill in, and with very light strokes I'm applying the product. I'm not applying a lot of pressure, and you can see immediately that we have a more natural brow shape now. I'm applying a very small amount on the inner part of our brows because this is also our natural brow shape. We have less brows in the inner corner, then we get some more, and then again it is thin. Very lightly I'm brushing upwards my brow hair and I'm trying to give a fuller look. I'm also pressing with my brush on the arch here that I don't have many brows. Even if you have thinner brows, it is better to have your natural brow shape as a guideline to define them more. And by applying less product, you can keep this natural brow shape. The good thing with brow pomades is that they have a lot of coverage and you can create brow hair if you need to fake them, like I'm doing here. I'm trying to create an arch. I don't have an arch. So this brow looks more youthful and also not exaggerated. And now I'm cleaning with a small amount of concealer the edges of this brow. I'm blending one more time and we can see that on this side it looks like this product is very dark for me and it's not my shade, but if you apply less product you can make it work and it is exactly the color of my hair. I'm going to set the brow hair with a brow gel and I'm going to use the same on both of my brows. With a clear brow gel you can comb your brow hair and make your brows look fuller, especially if you have thin brows like mine. Let's go to the other side. I'm doing the same thing. And I already have some areas that look more shiny because the brow pomade looks not natural on my brows. On my right side, I'm also going to set the concealer. Well-groomed brows can frame your face beautifully, and you always need to think less is more with makeup. So now that we have covered the issue with overdrawn brows, let's go to the overdrawn lips common mistake. Fuller lips is a sign of youth, and who doesn't want that? Also, when you have fuller lips, your lip color can be more visible because you can see more of it. First of all, I'm going to remove the lip gloss, and I'm also applying a little bit of foundation to cover the outline of the lips. Okay, perfection! I'm taking a vibrant lip pencil, and let's go to the left side. I don't usually overdraw my lips, so it is difficult for me to do that. I'm outlining the lips a little bit underneath my natural outline. I'm also doing the same on the upper lash line. Lip line, not lash line. And we have something like this. First of all, the product looks patchy on the foundation, and it's gonna look shiny throughout the day as well. It is a lot easier to smear and feather. Now I'm filling in so we can see that they look fuller. By overdrawing them, we can throw off the balance and also the proportions of our face. Even if you have thinner lips, this is the feature that goes better with your bone structure and gives you a balanced appearance. It is also difficult to maintain this new shape because you're going to eat and drink. That means you need to reapply in exactly the same way. It can also transfer on the nose and the chin. I'm going to clean up the edges to make it more presentable. I'm taking my concealer again and another clean angle brush. This is actually an eyeliner brush, and I want to clean up a little bit the edges because it is super messy. I'm also blending the excess product around the lips. I'm going to clean just a tiny bit, and it started smearing again. If you use concealer to clean up the edges of your lip shape, you always need to set the concealer, don't forget that. And with the same lip pencil, I'm going to show you how you can make your lips fuller, but also they can look nice on you. So I'm starting from the outer corner, and I'm outlining exactly on the outer edge of my lips. I'm also doing the same for the upper part. When you start your line from the outer corner towards the center, it naturally gives a curve, a more fuller curve. I'm trying to keep the natural shape of my lips. I don't have the typical cupid's bow, and you can see that if I exaggerate it, it doesn't look nice. So if you have the cupid's bow, try to only apply product on that area and not apply over it. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in the lips. I'm smiling just a little bit to apply the product on this area so I can stretch the lip. I have overdrawn this side, but it is exactly on the edges of my natural lip shape, and it looks a lot more balanced than the other side that I have tried to create a new shape, a bigger and fuller, that doesn't look nice with the proportions of my face. I'm also going over the edges with concealer to give a crispier line. I'm also blending downwards to make the line less noticeable. I'm also adding some powder. Embracing your natural features can be difficult with the excessive marketing of what beauty is, like fuller lips, longer and fuller lashes, no smile lines, no crease lines on the forehead. However, your natural features are what make you one of a kind, and makeup is a way to not hide them but embrace them and elevate them. These are the 5 most common makeup mistakes to avoid. I hope this video was useful to you. Let me know in the comments if you have made any of these makeup mistakes. How did you fix them? And you can also watch here more makeup tips, how to look gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!